Clumsy Shark here, back with another Rating Climb episode, where in this series, I'll be playing chess through different ELO ratings. You'll see my thought process during games, and hopefully learn something new. For this game, we're taking on Fikri Hadi with the white pieces, and we open with e4, reply to the Scandinavian defense. So the main line is just to take the pawn. Can either take back with the queen, or play knight f6. In this case, my opponent played queen takes d5. Here, I decided to play knight c3 to attack the queen. Black has several moves here in order to move the queen out, and if they don't move the queen out, free queen. Checks my king, so the best move in this position is to block with the bishop. Decides to counter with his light squared bishop. Didn't really know what to do here, so I played just f3 to kind of cover it up and attack the bishop. The best move in this position is to actually just play d4 and attack the queen, and if they take the bishop, you can either recapture with the queen or with the knight. So I just kind of kicked his bishop away. Then I proceeded to play d4. I just decided to move his queen. In the Scandinavian, when I see this move, I always like to play bishop d2 because it kind of lines up my bishop with the queen and potentially can give me like a free move or something like that. So he decides to just develop his knight. I decide to just counteract immediately, kind of go on with the initiative, continue moving. Here he kind of just defended. He saw what my advance was, and for some reason I decided to just develop my knight, forgetting to realize that this pawn was actually protected by my light square bishop. Unfortunately, my opponent did not see that, so I decided to potentially just like attack this light square bishop. So I just decided to take that knight because he see it was kind of getting dangerous. Just took. Then he moves his knight. I decided to move my bishop here, just to kind of line it up here, and then plus now we have like two pieces that are attacking it, so he has to do something about this knight. So he just decided to trade knights. I was fine with this. Just kind of I get my bishop kind of on an active diagonal, even though my pawn just closes it up. Decides to move his queen. I just wanted at this point I wanted to castle the queen side, just to kind of get this queen and rook battery lined up somewhere here. He develops his knight. I castle. He castles as well. Here I decided to potentially get a bit of counterplay or like start pushing pawns on the queen side and try and go for an attack here on the king side. But here, yeah, I saw that his bishop and his queen were lining up on the c2 pawn, which would have been checkmate. So I just decided to prevent the queen from going, but it meant that I'd have to give up a pawn with check, which I was fine with. Just decided to move the king out of the way. He decided to just maybe try and go for an exchange of rooks or something like that, which I didn't really want to. So I just decided to take this free pawn with my bishop, attacking the rook, the knight at the same time. So he was forced to move the rook, and I got a free knight, which was great. Then he proceeded with an even better move, actually, which is funny. I was kind of mad on that one. But yeah, just skewers my queen and my rook. He proceeds to take the rook back. Then kind of a fairly even position. I'm up like one pawn, but so he just decides he takes the pawn. Here I decided to take because my plan was that after he takes back, I can play queen h6, attacking this pawn. And then if you were to play some random move, let's say like queen here, then I would just potentially like take the pawn here and attack that rook, and I would either hopefully win a rook. So I played queen f4 here to just attack the pawn. So I decided to play just take the pawn with my original plan. He played a good move here, just decided to retreat his rook. So I just decided to start right away on the queen side because I knew I had a 3 pawn to 1 pawn, and plus these pieces would protect the pawn advance pretty well. So I just tried to make way for my pawns here. I don't know what that move was, but I don't know. I just decided to take the pawn and be sure that my pawns would advance. Here attacked my queen, but I just decided to move it back, keep protecting that pawn. Uh, as we can see, the queen and the rook are lined up on the same diagonal, and I have a light squared bishop, so I think you'll know what that means, except I can't actually put my bishop here because it's this square is actually guarded by this pawn. So yeah, no, he played h3, and then I decided to go for an alternative, which was bishop a6, potentially threatening this skewer right here, which was actually fun. And then here he moved his rook, and as we can see, it's actually a blunder because it lines up with my queen, and it's not good. Got the win, which was very nice. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then consider dropping a like on it. And if you haven't already done so, be sure to smash that subscribe button for more exciting content. And I'll see you in the next one.